This is why I need to get a new editor, because that shit was terrible. Who the hell out here did that intro? Huh? Okay, so that was bad. Let me do that again, or you don't want to do it again? Okay. See, that's how I felt like watching the Snyder Cut. The moment when you see an intro that takes a little too long, and you're watching the movie for 4 hours, and you realize that you didn't really see a lot. Now, this movie, is it better than the original? Yes. But it's a long one. And if you like it and it's 4 hours long and you're thinking to yourself, yeah, I loved it. It was 4 hours. It was awesome. Well, then this is a movie for you, and you'll enjoy it. Don't be wrong. This is what you wanted. And I can't fault you for that. I can't fault you for liking this. But at the same time, could it be better? Heck yes. I mean, there's movies out there. Now you might want to go, oh, well, he just likes Marvel. You know, he's going to talk about the Marvel movies and stuff. And that's cool. But at the same time, I like The Dark Knight. It's one of my favorite movies out there. And I also like Joker. And I also like Wonder Woman, the first one. I like Shazam. There's a lot of Marvel DC movies that I like. I've grown up with Justice League. I've read the comic books. I've done all that stuff. And personally, watching this movie is like watching a long movie that needs to be cut down and just need to be a tighter film. I mean, that's... let me show you something that you might wonder, yeah, this is why it needs to be cut. Okay? Let me show you for a second. Now you better not leave. Okay? So did you see that? Now you might think to yourself, okay, why is he against this scene? It's an emotional scene. The music is so swelling, and it's amazing. Now hear me out. This is pretty much a 2-minute scene in which the Flash is saving Iris West. Now, if you didn't know that was Iris West, it wouldn't mean anything to you. You just see, well, he just saw a black girl and he saved her. That's interesting. You don't have to even bring race into this. He saves a girl that he just saw. It's kind of weird. Why not save everybody else? But he saves her. Okay, so maybe he has a little emotional connection to her. Maybe they went to class together or something like that. Maybe that's why he thinks about that. But the real question is, now this whole movie is about Steppenwolf pretty much prepping the world for Darkseid, whatever you want to say it. And if you take out that scene, does it matter? Now give some character development, but at the same time, it doesn't really play an effect. It's not like Iris comes back. This is the only scene she's in. She barely has any speaking dialogue, nothing. She is an inconsequential character this entire film. And there's a ton of these scenes. A ton of scenes of people playing music videos. Of Zack Snyder just putting in music videos and putting in scenes that you might go, well, this is important, but it's like, does this improve the plot? That's the real question. Does this improve the plot? Now, I get to know the characters a little bit more, but, they should be in their own separate movie. And if you compare this not to just comic book movies, to just movies in general, where they don't have source material. See, that's the biggest thing that people don't really pay attention to. I know I'm adjusting this camera because this computer is weird. But the thing is, not a lot of people really focus on the fact that when you're making a movie without source material, like DC, Marvel, where you have backstories and fans who know about the material because they can fill in the blanks. Like me, I can fill in the blanks because I know who this character is. I know who Iris is. So I can fill in my blanks. But when you're a person who doesn't know how to fill in those blanks, you're just watching another character. Another girl who saves and we'll never see again. And then you have to turn to somebody, your significant other, a family member, or anyone who doesn't know this character, and you have to explain to them who this character is and why they're important. And that's not fun. And it's not fun to watch a movie when you don't know who the characters are and you're constantly trying to figure out who they are and then wonder if that means anything. Because by the time you're ended this 4-hour excursion, you realize that scene meant nothing. because you don't know who she is and you don't know where she comes from. And there's constant bits of that. Just of that. Here, let me show you another thing. You know what? Let me show you another one. Okay? So don't leave. Okay? So, did you see that? It's a brief second. But that was the scene of Aquaman, played by Jason Momoa, pretty much doing a Purell commercial or a cologne commercial. He literally walks out, there's music playing, and that's it. That's it, nothing else. So if I don't know who Aquaman is, because I just heard him say the Aquaman, and I'm watching this movie in order. So you watched Man of Steel, you watched when they came out, you watched Man of Steel, you watched Batman vs Superman, Wonder Woman came out before this, so that would count. Also Suicide Squad, but forget Suicide Squad. Yeah, screw that. Yeah, you've watched those movies. Aquaman doesn't mean anything. So this was released exactly when it needed to be released. Aquaman would not be released. We wouldn't know enough about Aquaman or what their take was on Aquaman. He would just be a sad, depressed guy. Why he's depressed? Who knows? What if they didn't make an Aquaman movie? The whole depression wouldn't mean anything. Mira? Nothing. Atlantis? Nothing. Nothing means nothing if it's not made. You have to make it. Movies have to be made. And if a movie's not made, that whole scene is pointless. Again, Zack Snyder, adding in details. Here, you know what? Let me show you another thing. Because here's the scene of Darkseid. You know, I won't even surprise you. It's Darkseid. And he's cool. But then you want this expanded universe. Or maybe they don't. Maybe they want a shorter universe. If you start the franchise with the end of the world, well then, the next time you do the end of the world, it's meaningless. I mean, we should be building up not just to... I think Darkseid would be the better big villain, or maybe not, because Anti-Monitor would be a bigger villain, because he destroys pretty much all the multiverse. But they're not going to do that, not even close to that. But, you know, they want to have Darkseid because, you know, Marvel had Thanos. Even though Darkseid came out first, technically, in comic books in general, because that's where Thanos, if you're thinking, oh, Thanos, this is another Thanos ripoff. No, in comic books, Thanos is a Darkseid ripoff. So, made by Jack Kirby, by the way. Interesting. Yeah, everybody would know that by watching the video, who cares? But the point is, again, there's scenes in this movie that don't make for a compelling story. And if you watch, not even just Marvel now, you just go back, watch Dark Knight, watch the original Batman, 1989 Batman from Tim Burton, you get a tight film. And even if you watch movies like, hell, even Blade, I mean, that's not even epic, but even watch X-Men 1 and 2, definitely 2, you're going to learn a lot about these characters that you didn't know. Even if you didn't watch or read them, you get an understanding of where they come from and who they are. And just knowing that little detail can help a lot. But also, at the end, you can tell a complete story and have a plot. Because like right now, watching this movie, I'm just sitting here going, well, okay, so the general theme of this movie, without skipping a beat, without adding any details, is that the Justice League need to come together to stop Steppenwolf from pretty much putting the mother boxes together and helping Darkseid get the anti-life equation to take over the galaxy. That's it. I didn't tell you. I did not miss a beat. Not a beat. That's it. That's it. That's the movie. No twists, no turns. No. Oh, what is Joker really up to? Why does he want this? No, none of that. None of that. Not the. Oh, these people are actually fighting from the inside. This is what happens. No, nothing. Not a twist. Not a big reveal. Just minute detail. It's just straightforward. This is the character. This is from the comic books. Because, you know, as much as we get to learn a little bit more about Cyborg, that's literally a story. Multiple variations, but it was that's a story. So, if you read the comic books, then you didn't learn anything new. and as a storyteller, it's just as generic as my dad wasn't there, so now I'm depressed. It's been done a million times better and more in depth. Because again, could be amazing if its own movie. Here, it's just filler. It's just filler to go, okay, we need to feel sorry for this guy, even though it's the end of the world and I don't need to feel sorry for him, muchly due to the fact that it's the end of the world. Now, this is my big rant on this movie, but I'm going to go into a little bit more details on this and other movies. So, hey, I hope you had a good time and enjoyed it. Probably did not have a good time because you're just sitting here going like, why the hell, who is this guy? Who are you? Who are you? Why are you just tearing my bad time? But also remember that Joker told Batman that he wanted to give him a thing. You want to give him a reach around? Or he gives him reach arounds? Which is gross, and I didn't know I did not need to know that. So yeah. With this movie, all I gotta say is personally, this movie was cut down and was a lot more tighter. It would be not a perfect movie. It would be a lot more enjoyable, and I could recommend it to a lot of people out there because for the most part, when you're talking about the fans, yes, but there's a world out there, and you go, oh, it'll crash the service. Well, technically, we don't know how many servers there are, and also HBO Max doesn't have a lot of subscribers, so. And there's never been a full cut way of determining numbers. Definitely when subscription service, because even with Wonder Woman, they haven't really announced the amount of people who subscribe to HBO Max since then. They said, oh, it was like this amount, and then they haven't really done it since. So this is really determine who watched it, what they watched, when they're watching it, how long they watched it. They could watch it for like 10 minutes and I'm done. So yeah, but yeah, I'll talk a little bit more. This is a long subject. This one and Coming to America 2, because that one needs to be talked about. Okay, that is a movie that needs to be talked about. And there's some other subjects I want to talk about, just industry-wide and fun stuff that's not depressing like this. Because there's some funny shit I've seen today and other days. So, yeah, thanks for subscribing. Please come back for more and have a good time. Have a great day. Have a great day. That's what you need. That's what everybody needs.